This is her posturing. I'm the bigger person. I'm one up. I got it like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me nothing like oh he did this, that little bit of this and that little bit of that. That's nothing compared to this. That's nothing compared to what I had going on. She's trying to diminish his value. She's trying to diminish his contribution. You know what I'm saying? Once again, painting a narrative to boost herself up. Go ahead. And you see, even still, you know what I'm saying? She's being petty. She's posturing herself. She's flexing. You know what I mean? And all the while, he's just stating facts. That's all he's doing. He's just stating facts. He's just airing shit out and stating facts. So you know, even with all of this, you know what I'm saying, with all of her flexing and all of her, you know, threatening and all of that, you know, it does, after a while, you know, it does reel you in. You be like, ooh, word, damn, Papoose, you know what I'm saying? But that's the point. That's the desired effect. You know what I'm saying? You really have to stand your ground. You know what I mean? Of course, she's gonna expose you because she can. You know what I'm saying? Y'all were once married. Y'all were living together every day. Y'all were together through the ups and the downs. You think he can't expose her the same way she exposing him? Like, come on. You think he can't be just as petty as she is with him? But he's not that type of person, and you know, men aren't typically built that way. You know what I'm saying? It's not a masculine thing to do to go for low blows like that. So,
I come from a very big family. I'm very loved, inside and outside. And guess what? Your family love you too. But you don't love them. Ooh. You're very cruel to people because you're a narcissist. And you know what? It hurts me that I gotta even say this about you.
You know what? Hold on. Before he go in, because he's not going in. In the midst of all of this, he's still not flexing. He's still not flexing. He's like, I paid this bill, I paid that bill, and you know these people calling me, blah 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 blah. He's still not flexing. He's just setting the record straight. You know what I'm saying? Because he said I'm loved and you loved, but he's calling out her character. He's calling out her character, and it's funny to me. It's funny when he mentioned that you know, I'm loved and your people love you, but you don't love them. You know what I mean? I remember, you know, when Remy came home, you know what I'm saying, she mentioned how she was, you know, commending Pap's family, you know, how you know they were such a big family and she never seen nothing like that before. And I remember in the last time I spoke about this, I mentioned how much that's a red flag, right? You know what I mean? And because she's only acting out a figment of her imagination when it comes to raising a family. You know what I'm saying? Because a family is man, woman, and child. You know what I mean? And so when you lack that father figure, when you lack that fatherly presence, you know what I'm saying, you're kind of out of whack. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with such a majority of these black children being raised in single mother homes. They're out of whack. They don't have a concept of a family. You know what I mean? And so because it's so unfamiliar to her, you know what I'm saying, she don't value it. She self-destruct and she huff and puff and blow the house down. But she can't help it because that's all she know. All she know is how to react emotionally and bring a grenade to a knife fight. That's all she's ever seen. That's the kind of energy that she's been brought up in. So naturally, you know what I'm saying? When people love on her, you know what I mean? She's never had anyone to love per se. When I'm speaking about her, you know, her childhood upbringing and having a father figure, she's never had a man to love, being, i.e., her father. So then, growing up as an adult, how do you know how to love a man? How do you know how to love a man who loves you? When first of all, you've never been loved by a man. You don't know how to love a man. So how do you know how to reciprocate that love? How do you know how do you know the ins and outs of and the courtesies and the affection of expressing that love? You bound to fail. You bound to self-destruct. And your true color is going to show. It's going to happen. It is what it is. So let him cook.